Yesterday, I was talking with a really good friend of mine, and the topic of the Oprah Adele interview concert event earlier this week came up, and it was a really interesting conversation for a few reasons. Now, my takeaways of that event were just, music is one of those things that helps me to regulate my mood, my energy, to feel calm and centered, to shift my mind. It's really, truly a game changer for me. And maybe you have that same experience, or it just speaks to your soul in a certain way. So whether you're an Adele fan or an Oprah fan, it doesn't matter. But there were three things that really came out of that event that I wanted to share with you that maybe you could apply in your own life. One of which was Adele talked about, the tumultuous last couple of years, going through a divorce and what that meant. And she trusted herself to stop numbing out, to stop being distracted, to just suppress things, or even to lash out. She didn't say that, but that's one of the common examples when we're going through a really rocky time in our life. Instead, she sat with her emotions. That's it. She just stayed present for it. She didn't run away from it. She didn't feel she needed to fix herself. She allowed all the emotions to just come and be, like pulling up a chair, fixing a nice cup of hot tea, and sitting with it. Have you tried that before? It's really uncomfortable. But it's so powerful. It's so helpful because the emotions are just going to stay there and you're not going to digest them without being present with them. So that was the first takeaway. The second takeaway was the conversation around weight. And she was just so at ease how she talked about that wasn't my focus. I was perfectly fine at the weight I was. Whether other people thought she was fine, she didn't really care. She knows her weight is going to fluctuate and it's not a statement of her worth or her value as a human being. But she did find that in those moments of panic and anxiety and the intensity of her emotions, she felt calm and regulated when she was at the gym with her trainer. So she just increased that. And with it and that momentum, weight started to naturally come off. It became the natural byproduct of her doing something that helped her to feel grounded and calm. So what is that for you? It might not be going to the gym, but it might be reading a book. It might be taking a bubble bath 3 times a week. It might be connecting with a friend that you rarely talk to, but always feel so much better after you talk to them. Whatever it is, find that, do more of it. And if your weight is meant to shift, to release, to change in some way, it could just be the natural byproduct. And then the last thing she said that was just, glorious. I mean, it really felt like kindred spirits is when at the tail end of the interview, Oprah asked her about what she wants most or what she seeks and desires most. And for her, it's peace of mind. And honestly, no matter what you say your goals are around health or how you live your life or what you want out of life, I deeply believe that that's what we all want. We just want peace of mind. And I had that same moment back in 2008 when I was asked, what are you passionate about? What's your biggest goal? And at the time, I felt mentally tormented for a variety of reasons. I won't go into it. But I knew with certainty right then that all I ever wanted was peace of mind. And I was willing to work for it. I was willing to radically change my life for that. And so back to my conversation with my good friend yesterday, she had watched it too. And one of her takeaways was, well, isn't that nice for her? I mean, the equity gap that we have with somebody who's mega rich has everything at her disposal. She can take as much time off as she wants to sit and be with her feelings and go to the gym and, buy all this fancy, expensive food or have a chef prepare it. Whatever you think of that the person who has it all, don't forget, they still have to show up. They still have to do the work. And what I told my good friend is, most of the things that actually make us feel our best, they're free. We just have to want to do them more than the other things. Things like meditating, things like journal practices, things like breath work, things like going outside and being in nature, literally just outside your house with the sun shining on you. Things like gentle stretching when you go to bed, waking up, and you might have a zoo on your hands in your household first thing in the morning, but can you take 30 seconds for yourself when you go to the bathroom, place your hand on your heart like Mel Robbins talks about and says, I'm okay, I'm loved, I'm just fine just the way I am, and today's gonna be a good day. Can you do that? Those don't cost money, but they do cost attention, effort, and time, your most precious asset. So I hope you got something out of this conversation today. I just, felt inspired by the conversation and by seeing the concert. The music was great. There was a surprise in it. If you can go back and watch it, I highly recommend it. But with that, leave a comment. Let me know what is working for you to bring you to that calm, grounded place where you feel like you're more in control of how you go about your day. And if you don't feel like you have those tools, leave a question. Ask me how I can help. I'd love to give you some tips, maybe some guidance, a resource. Just leave a comment and let's have a conversation. And with that, I hope you have a good rest of your week. Talk soon. Bye.